People think my story begins the day I met Christ, but it began long before that. In 1993.
I'm tired of this. You're late and you never get anything done right. And this is exactly why I don't let you handle anything meaningful in this house, ever. Try being useful in your life. You won't get anywhere with this lazy attitude of yours.
Oh my God! Please, somebody help, please!
Years earlier, my mom was the eldest of 5, raised in poverty with a drunk father and a home full of uncertainty. And at a birthday party, still naive, she met my dad, who looked like rescue. Educated, handsome, charming, talking to her friend but keeping his eyes on her. And she believed he would take her out of poverty and become the father figure she never had. But after she gave birth to me, things changed. What began sweet turned controlling and verbally abusive. He stopped her from working and controlled the money. And little by little, her confidence collapsed until even in church, she looked present but absent, like a shadow wearing her own face.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't want that woman next door in this house. You people love gossip.
She's the only friend I've got.
The only
I'm
friend
just trying
you've got.
to...
Are you hearing yourself? This is how your family stayed poor. Talking. No sense. You don't nurture children with gossip and visitors. You nurture them with order. Do you understand me?
He cut my mom off from everybody, like a threat instead of love. And she couldn't understand it. She couldn't figure out how or why everything changed. And even in the most private moments, there was no tenderness.
You will know I'm a beast.
Only control.
Start packing. We're leaving in 2 days' time. I've got a new job.
Where are we going? I'll need a bit of time.
Time for what? Gossip? What are you even talking about, for goodness sake?
Can we not fight, please? The child is sleeping.
We left town for a new place because my dad deliberately took a job far away, just to cut mom off from family and friends. It didn't take long in that new location before the fighting started again. And by then, I was 9, old enough to notice it, even from a distance. And then came 1993, the day everything changed, when that incident happened and took my dad's life. My mom didn't just grieve, she broke. Because fear came with the loss. Without him, she felt like she was being dragged back into the life she fought so hard to escape. The mental health team thought it was normal grief, but she couldn't say what he'd really done to her. She couldn't name the abuse out loud. And that fear became fuel. Depression turned to panic, and she started slipping into anxiety spirals. I watched my mom go through all of that, and something in me turned into anger. I couldn't understand why she let him treat her that way, so I promised myself I'd never be helpless. I'd defend myself at all costs. Little by little, I became the angry kid. At school, I started throwing the first punch. I got dragged to the principal's office, and when I got home, I'd lock myself away like the world couldn't reach me. Then I met Ashley.
I've got a boyfriend, and honestly, he's so cute.
You know, this
I do what I want and how I want it.
Bold, daring, always ready to try something new. She got us into places we had no business being, using fake IDs. And one night, out drinking with some guys, our drinks were spiked. And I met the cruelty of men for the first time. I was lucky. I even made it to the hospital alive, but Ashley didn't. They said she was found overdosed, and I went numb. She was the only person who really understood me, the only one who made me feel less alone. And for a moment, I wanted to follow her, just stop. But then I thought, no. If I'm still here, there has to be a reason. So I'm going to live quietly, bravely, on my own terms, and I'll forge my path. Then I met James. He wasn't some big time dealer, just a guy who always seemed to have something on him, and somehow made it feel normal. We started dating, and little by little, he pulled me into it. At first, it was just to relax, just once in a while, but it didn't stay small. I got hooked, and my life started slipping out of my hands. Money vanished on impulse buys and substances, then bills piled up, then debt. And at the same time, my mom was in a psychiatric infirmary, receiving care for her mental health. I felt like everything in my world was falling apart at once. I tried to keep it together, working in a bar during the day, pretending I was fine. But at night, I was on the street, prostituting, just to keep up and survive. And then one day, something shifted. I was at a train station waiting to board when a woman walked up and started talking to me.
I know this may feel strange, but I felt led to speak to you. When I looked at you, I didn't just see pain. I saw purpose. I saw you standing before women, broken women, women who have been through fire. I saw you raising them from the ashes into a place where they would stand in pride for the Lord.
Me? I'm still trying to figure out my own life. I'm barely finding
You've been pushed through things that were meant to blind you, to keep you from seeing who you are, to make you believe you are only what happened to you.
Then why didn't your God stop it?
It felt strange, too personal, so I walked away. But as I left, I heard her whisper,
Lord, please reveal yourself to her.
That night, I had the strangest dream. I was walking alone through an old cemetery, and I was so scared. Then, the sky changed. Everything went still, heavy, and I saw people rising from the graves, ascending into the sky. Then I heard a loud voice from heaven. It was so real, it shook me.
Who shall ascend to the hill of the Lord? And who can stand in his holy place?
I woke up terrified, heart pounding, like it wasn't just a dream. The next day, I went to work like I always did. James came by. He looked excited, and we were talking like normal. Then I heard a voice.
Go to the back.
Did you hear that?
What's going on?
I froze.
Are you okay?
I tried to ignore it, but when I heard it the second time, I went to the back.
Go to the back now.
A few minutes later, James was standing there, looking out toward the street, when unknown gunmen came into the club and shot him. He died right there. I was in shock, not only because James was dead, but because of the voice that warned me. I kept thinking about the dream and the woman at the train station, and now I know whoever it is that saved my life really does care about me.
Carrying the weight of night, broken by the voices, too tired to even fight.
I was with the Lord early this morning in prayer, and I sensed him say that someone is in our midst today, a precious vessel in his hand for this generation. The Lord showed me that he desires to use you to help bring women out of the ashes of depression, rejection, and darkness into his light. And he said, I saw what they went through. I allowed it, so they would be able to understand the pain of the people I am sending them to. Today, God is inviting you to make a choice. He will not force you, but he wants to heal your hurt and heal your heart. For who shall ascend unto the hill of the Lord? And who shall stand in his holy place? If this word is for you, please come forward. Surrender to the Lord. He loves you.
I surrendered my life to Jesus in 2002. And since then, I've gone into colleges and schools, raising women from the ashes and leading them into the kingdom of God.